Hello guys, this is the Sodacast and you are listening to the worst podcast in the earth. I created this podcast to talk about life and I got inspired by a Brazilian guy called Dr. Petri, and he's an amazing guy here in Brazil. He basically was on the first or the first guy to do what I'm doing right now, talk about life on a microphone here in Brazil. And some people hate him and his friends, especially the woke culture slash left wing people, because he made dark humor jokes and kind of shit. And I also got inspired by an American called Luke West. He's not so famous, but I like him because we both are depressed, And in this podcast, I'm gonna talk about how my life sucks and read the news around the world. So if you're not interested in my life and don't wanna know about the news around the world, don't listen to this podcast because you hate it. By the way, this episode will be a little more shorter than the others that I will release because it's just a test and I'll probably delete it soon. You can see that I'm not a good communicator. My accent is really bad. I speak like a retard. Even in Portuguese, that's my first language. I don't know. I'm probably autistic. My family always say that, hey, you're probably autistic because you don't know how to speak. You're a little bit shy. You know a lot of weird things about weird topics. You know that. If you're autistic and you were watching this, please comment on the commentaries down below. I want to talk about autism sometime, and I probably gonna invite you to this podcast. No, it's a joke. No one will listen to that, especially autists. Autists are probably an autist is probably reading right now, not listening about my life in a weird podcast. And dude, I really wanna do this podcast because I lost my job. I finished high school and I was dumb to don't join a college when I got the opportunity. So I'm gonna join a college this year. And I always like podcast and speak. Even if I'm not a good speaker, a good communicator, I always say, hey, I wanna do that sometime. I wanna live with that. And other thing that I also wanna do in my life is teaching. Some friends say, hey, you're a good professor, you know how to teach. Hello, and you teach me something, especially English. Even I think, as I said, my English is bad. And by the way, my brother is learning English, and I'm very proud of him because, the dogs. I don't know if you can hear the barking dogs, but if you can, I feel much. And my brother started learning this week, and it got, hey, that's good. I feel it really good about my brother because he's an amazing person. I like him so much. He made a huge difference in my life. When my mom tried to kill herself, I texted with him all day, every day. Hey, it's happening this, and this sort of thing. And he said, hey, hold on, trust in Jesus. I think you'll get out well. So I hope he got fluent. I hope he speaks better than me, to be honest. My brother is a great communicator. He speaks really well in Portuguese. He can convince you of everything that he wants. And he also is an amazing person job. He works hard. He has a beautiful family that I wish I have a woman in the future. Not now, because I'm 18 right now. So that's it. This podcast, as I said, is just a test, and I'll probably delete it soon.